video on the MX Master mechanical on overcoming the room logic where it doesn't allow you to use the backlight, which is infuriating. The backlight is inside this light, two tiny SMD LEDs, and there's also a light sensor in the center. You can want to, but it's incredibly ugly. It makes me sad. So I'm going to jump inside and cover it internally. So there's 20 screws on the top of the board that you have to remove to get to the screws, and then have this panel comes off. You're not using the right. The panel comes off, and you can get to little sister or slave board, and unscrew that. So pull this panel off. 1 second. Okay, so I've pulled this panel off for the second time. Bear in mind, there is a battery cable. The battery's inside the base of the keyboard behind this label, and it looks to be inaccessible. Cable here is seated inside this socket, and you can see how little space there would be. So if you just pull the top off, if you're lucky, you'll pull it out of the socket, might do some damage. So just make sure you carefully lift that out of this socket. You can remove the battery cable, remove the ribbon cable. Not the correct tool, but I just want to get it done. I'll pop a one-handed screwdriver. Right, this is the one, I believe, or the Bluetooth antenna. So these screws out of the way. One-handed. I'm a long way from these screws right now. Pull these and lift that little ring terminal, and then we a little sister board out, and then on the system you have these. So this is just white tack or blue tack, whatever you want to call it. Probably not the solution, but I know it's reasonably opaque and it's unlikely to move. So 1 second. Used another piece to get the other piece off. So we have the two LEDs, which are in charging status, and then an ambient light sensor in the center, I believe. So I just made a little white tack blob and squashed it on top of it because it's completely translucent. It's like clay or something, you know. So and then I have not had the bright environment warning since, and regardless of the lighting scenario, which is awesome. My screens are very close to the keyboard, and if screens are on, it tricks the keyboard thinking that it's they're not, and all I get is the glare of the screen on the keyboard, and I can't see, especially when the lights are off. So this is what I've done to solve that problem. When you're reassembling the board, bear this in mind. There's a little switch here for the power. This switch, external switch, has the dip switch fits inside. Now if you have them misaligned, the switch will go on this little galley on either side, and then the switch will be stuck. You have to make this is lined up and fits inside here, and if it doesn't, then your switch is just going to be stuck, and if you force it, you'll damage the switch. So my blob, my savior blob, and I'll pop the board back in and put it back together. Just as a confirmation, it's all back together. Put the bottom back on. No screws yet, but I've got bright screens, I've got bright lights. There's no way the backlight to be used in these conditions usually, but I'm allowed. It's not telling me no. It's not saying bright environment and deciding when I do and don't need a backlight. So never witnessed a company so deny its user base of a simple feature that is standard for the keyboard or every other product of that type. It's really crazy. So you can't on at all times, completely impossible. I'm guessing it's built into the hardware and it's just way and they can't change it. At least I hope so, because if it's software, it's really sad to ignore the fact that people would like a backlight permanently. But yeah, that's how you at least get it to stop deciding when the lighting is appropriate to even have it with the proximity sensor. And it's all back together. No tape, no sticky stuff. Backlight's fine, and the status light's fine. And we have a backlight in a bright environment. And you don't have to be mildly disappointed every time you look at the keyboard, because there's no tape in the corner.